How do I use arc length formula to find sector area and vice versa? Remember, that just means going the other way. So how can I use one formula to find something unrelated? And the answer is that I'm going to find one of the variables if I have the sector area that I can then use to find the arc length, or vice versa. So our formulas, remember that arc length is done with an S, and that's theta over 360 times 2 pi r. And area, it's capital A, is theta over 360 times pi r squared. Notice that both formulas have a theta and both formulas have an r. So if I can use this formula to find the r, then I can put the r there and find the area. So that's how I can use these to go back and forth. So in the circle that we're given, circle M, remember that circles are named for their centers. MN, the radius, is 3. And the length of NO, so this piece out here, is 5 over 3 pi. That's the arc length. I need to find this area that's shaded. So for the non-shaded part, we're going to break this into two pieces: non-shaded and shaded. So for the non-shaded part, I have an arc length, so I'm going to start with arc length, and I have a radius, so that'll allow me to find theta. So I can say theta over 360 times 2 pi r is S. So theta over 360 times 2 pi 3 equals 5 over 3 pi. I'm going to divide by 2 pi 3, so that theta over 360 equals 5 over 3 pi divided by 2 pi 3. Multiply both sides by 360 to eliminate my denominator, and I get theta equals 100 degrees. So this theta is 100 degrees. The other theta is, so we're going to call that theta 1, we're going to call this theta 2. So theta 2, this is theta 1. Theta 2 is 360 minus 100, so theta 2 is 260 degrees. So now that I know the radius and I know my theta, I can use that to find the sector area. So area of the shaded part, so I'm going to just do a little Pac-Man here. So that's the part that we're finding the area of, is theta 2 over 360 times pi r squared. So now I know that my theta is 260 over 360 times pi 3 squared. So I can put that all in the calculator and get 13 over 2 pi units squared. So this is the level 2 skill, because I'm just plugging into the formula. And level 3 was the first half because I had to solve for theta and then find the other theta that I'm looking for. So it's the same thing. I'm going to give you a piece of information that allows you to rearrange one formula, and then you're going to find the other piece. So again, we have shaded and we need the shaded area. So DE, this is the arc DE, is 13 over 9 pi. Angle DCE is 130 degrees. And I don't know the R. The radius is what I'm looking for. So I have to use, because I'm given the arc length, I have to use the arc length formula to find the radius, and then I can use the radius to find the area. So S of my little piece equals theta over 360 times 2 pi r. 13 over 9 pi equals 130 over 360 times 2 pi r. We're going to divide. So we put all of this in the calculator to get that the radius is 2. So this is a level 3 skill because we had to rearrange the formula. We weren't solving for what it equaled. We had to rearrange to solve this. But now all I've done is find the radius. So now I need to find the area of that little piece. And that's, again, theta over 360 times pi r squared. So theta, still 130 over 360 times pi 2 squared. Because here's my radius. And I plug all this into the calculator, and I get that the area is 13 over 9 pi units squared. Now remember that this is a level 2 skill because all you did was plug it in. Let's do some more. So in the circle G, remember that circles are named by their center points, GH is 2, and the sector area is 8 over 9 pi. And I'm looking for the arc length. But I don't have an angle. So if I have the area, so the area of my little pi piece is theta over 360 times pi r squared. My area is 8 over 9 pi equals theta over 360 times pi 2 squared. Divide by pi 4, because 2 squared is 4. I get 8 over 9 pi over pi 4 equals theta over 360. Multiply both sides by 360 so that we can get that out of the denominator. And that leaves me that theta is 80 degrees. So now, when I do arc length of that same sector is theta over 360 times 2 pi r. I now know my theta is 80 degrees. 2 pi, my radius is 2. So we get that my sector area is 8 over 9 pi units. So again, level 2, level 3. One more. This is where reading the problem is really important because I've got my circle C. I know that DCE, so this angle is 144 degrees. And the area of the shaded part, so this area is 8 over 5 pi. But when it asks you for an arc, I'm looking for this arc. So the information I'm going to find is going to be for over here, so I just need to pay attention to that. What don't I have? I don't know arc. But I have area, so area equals theta over 360 times pi r squared. The area is 8 over 5 pi equals 144 over 360 times pi r squared. So I'm going to divide by my fraction and pi. So that I get that r squared equals 4. Take the square root of both sides, so r is 2. But remember that this was theta 1, and I'm going to need the arc or the angle for this one. So theta 2 is 360 minus 144, which is 216 degrees. So this is the theta and this is the radius that I need to find arc length. So arc length of DFE is theta over 360 times 2 pi r, but this is 216 over 360 times 2 pi 2, because my radius is 2, so that when I'm all done, my sector area is 12 over 5 pi, or sorry, my arc length is 12 over 5 pi units. Level 3, level 2. But you have to do the level 3 skill before you can use the level 2.